Hello, Aries. Welcome to your month ahead energy reading for October 2025. Before we get started, I just want to let you know there will be an extended reading available for this reading. The link will be in the description box below, so go check that out at the end if you're wanting to dive a little bit deeper. But if you are unable to do that or choose not to do that, that is totally fine. Trust that the message here is exactly what you need to receive today. All right, let's dive in. I'm starting with the Sacred Forest Oracle deck, and then we will move on to the tarot. Thank you, spirit messages that are of the light for the best and highest good of all, for Aries, sun, moon, and rising for October 2025. Now, Aries, your card, the Emperor, has come out, I think, in almost every reading, maybe every reading except for Pisces. So to me, that tells me you've got a big month ahead, and it's all been about shift in how people are taking action. That's been different for all signs in ways, but yeah, it's been the Hanged Man, which is Virgo energy and seeing things from a different perspective, and the Emperor, which is you. There we go. We've got two cards out already, including the first card of this deck, which is the Air Spirit and Knowledge. All right, that's now 4 cards. Oh, that one thought about flipping over Aries. It was letting go. It didn't flip all the way over, so I'm putting it back. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. New beginnings. I saw that while I was shuffling too. And I kept seeing the protection card. You are protected from something this month, definitely, Aries. I'll see what these cards are that came out, but that feels important to share with you because I did see it a lot. As I was shuffling before pressing record, I was seeing the protection and a couple of cards around that. I can't remember what the other card was now. It might be here out already. But you are protected. So whatever shows up for you this month, trust and lean into your divine protection, safe passage through what is coming through. New beginnings. New beginnings for you this month, Aries, which makes sense with the Emperor energy showing up in all of those other readings, that big shifts were coming through. All right, the first 2 cards out were Uncertainty, the Thicket of Thorns, which might be why you're needing to know that you are protected. And actually, they've both got the deer in them, if you can notice, although one looks like a baby and the other one looks like a grown male deer. That feels significant. It's like you are moving through a journey this month. This is the Knowledge card, but she's on a boat. Yeah, it's feeling like you're on a journey this month, and maybe we'll dive into a little bit more exactly what that looks like. But within that being the Knowledge card, the words that are coming to me is a journey of self-discovery. And there's some uncertainty around the things that you're moving through or becoming aware of. What I want to say immediately there, Aries, is this is where your true wisdom lives. It's within you. There's something about being cautious of the wisdom that's coming from outside. And that's just generally, that's the whole collective right now needs to be cautious of that. This is almost feeling like an awakening energy, actually. And then we've got expansion and focus. Expansion and focus. Wizard of the Woods. That's almost giving me Hermit energy as well. That Wizard of the Woods card. Whatever this journey is that's taking you into this new beginning, again, you're protected. It is, again, I just keep wanting to say a journey of self-discovery, which will lead to expansion and may call you into isolation this month, with the focus card really giving me Hermit kind of vibes. All right, let's move on to the tarot and we'll see what else we can dive into there. We're using a deck I very rarely use, actually, Aries, which is interesting. And sometimes I struggle with this deck because it's very different wording. And so I sometimes struggle to know exactly what tarot card it is, but it is the Sacred She Tarot. You spirit messages that are of the light for the best and highest good for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Forgot to say that at the start. I think, Aries, this is for your sun, moon, or rising sign for October 2025. Thank you, Spirit. What was that? I thought about flipping over. 4 of Wands. It's called Dance in this deck. It's celebration. Can speak to divine unions, marriage, definitely something that's really grounded in safety and security, but also, yeah, that fun celebration piece. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What do we need to know for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for October 2025? Thank you. Thank you. That was the crisis card, which might be the... Yeah, wow. Storm in a teacup. That might be the Tower card, I think, Aries. Equivalent in this deck. It's a literal visual representation of a storm in the teacup, which is kind of that energy around protection. I was getting that's the Nine of Swords at the bottom too. Fear, anxiety. Anything else, Spirit? Again, there's a lot of uncertainty around what? I don't know what that is. A lot of uncertainty around... Yeah, wow. Heartbreak, separation. A lot of uncertainty around your energy this month, Aries. This is resistance. But again, it does genuinely feel like there's something about what you're about to walk through that allows you to better understand yourself, to do some healing, to expand. Like it is serving a purpose, and you are protected. It may not feel like it is, if I'm being honest with all the cards that came out, it may not feel like it, but you are protected. So let's start with what we've got. As I said, we've got heartbreak on the bottom of the deck. This is the Three of Swords, and Eight of Cups is separation, walking away. Yeah. So the first card out was the equivalent of the Tower card. This is big change in your life. And actually under that heartbreak and separation card is a card that's called change. And that card is the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Oh, Aries. I've said this to almost every sign. Your life is going to look very different the end of October. But it does feel like this is going to be a particularly challenging chapter for you. And I don't want to get on here and be all negative. We're going to dive deeper and try and understand this better and give you the tools you might need to navigate this, remembering that you are protected. But this is also all divinely planned. It is part of what you came here to experience, to allow you to step into this new expanded version of you and your life. And often it is the chapters that are the hardest that take us through that door to something new. Let me see what was on the card, and then we'll keep going through on the card. Let me see what was on the ground, and we'll keep going through the cards here. Nine of Cups. Yes. Okay. We have one good card out. The Nine of Cups in this deck is called Indulgence, but it is wish fulfillment in traditional tarot. So this is all leading you to a chapter of life where you enjoy life, where you receive all that you could possibly wish for, but you need to... There's something about the energy you end up in as a result of moving through this chapter, which again, you are protected through, but I'm getting you need to embrace. You can't... We had the resistance card before. There is a piece here that's feeling like... And I understand why, but there's a piece here that's feeling like you want to resist this and turn away from it. And the message very clearly is that this is needed for your growth and expansion to step into this chapter of indulgence, of expansion, of all that you actually are wanting for. But there's healing that happens through this, and this could be the end of relationships of some description, or you walking away from something that is a chapter that needs to close out, but is also going to be, it's going to be hard to do. This may be, so crisis, storm in a teacup. This may be something you already know is coming or something that's very unexpected. Either way, it's something that happens to bring about really significant change, to kind of force you into the woods, into this path, into this journey of self-discovery, like I said before, of expansion and focus on what you need to work through to allow you to step into this next chapter, next level. The next card out is called Blame. It is the Eight of Swords equivalent in this deck, which generally speaks to what you're not seeing, including the prison that you're existing within right now. That's why this change has to come out. There's something that you need to, I think there is something you need to walk out of, get out of. And there's something about, the next card is actually the Eight of Wands, which is usually incoming communication, messages, something coming in quite quickly. But this card is called self-confidence, and she's diving for the key. There's something about you moving through, getting yourself out of this prison rather than looking for the solution outside of yourself that allows you to step into this self-confidence that ultimately is that energy I was talking about that will bring in this Nine of Cups energy. And I feel like there is a moment in this, as there is for all of us that go through this chapter. This is part of it. Should we choose to accept the invitation into these chapters, this is part of all of our journeys here and in this world. I believe that fully. But there is what often happens as you step into this new energy and move away from things that aren't in alignment with you, is there is a moment of feeling kind of left out in the cold. Like, where did everyone go? Where did everything go? That I am so lonely song just came through. But what I love about this card, this representation of the Five of Pentacles here, is look how bright that bird is amongst a background of snow and paleness. That's you. That's you, the other side of this. And by being that bright, by shining your light, you are energetically attracting in all that's meant for you in this next chapter. Wow, Aries. Okay. So that's a lot. I'm going to wrap up this part of the reading here. If you want to dive into the extended, we're going to go a little bit deeper around what you can expect from this chapter, but also how you can most easily move through what might be coming your way in October. So the link for that is below. As I said before, trust that if you're unable to join us over there, that you have received the message that you need to for October. And yeah, please remember that you're protected. And this is an invitation to step into a beautiful new chapter, but also a moment of your life where you discover who you really are and you expand into the most beautiful version of yourself. All right, Aries, I'm wishing you all the best for this month.